We're told to rationalise the denominator of 6 over root 5. To rationalise this denominator, we're going to times the numerator and the denominator by root 5, just timesing it by whatever's on the bottom at the moment. So on the numerator, we've got 6 times root 5, which is 6 root 5. And on the denominator, we've got root 5 times root 5, which is just 5. So we have now got a rational number on the denominator there. So that's my answer. Can't simplify that, so I'll leave my answer like that. 6 root 5 over 5. Part B, we want to expand and simplify this expression. So let's expand these brackets as we usually would. So we'd have 2 times root 5, which is 2 root 5. We've got 2 times root 20, so that's 2 root 20. We've then got root 10 times root 5, which is root 50. And we've got root 10 times root 200, sorry, root 20, which is root 200. The root 10 times root 20 is root 200. And now I want to try and simplify these surds as much as possible. So 2 root 5, I can't simplify that at all, so let's leave that like that. The root 20 I can though. Let's just do a bit of rough working out down here. Root 20, I can think of that as being root 4 times 5. And the square root of 4 is 2. So I can think of this as being 2 root 5. Similarly, the root 50, I can think of that as being root 25 times 2. And the square root of 25 is 5. So I get 5 root 2. And then finally, root 200, I can think of that as being root 100 times 2. The square root of 100 is 10, so we get 10 root 2. So in each of these cases, all I was doing is just looking for the biggest square number that goes into each of those. The biggest square number that goes into 20 is 4. The biggest square number that goes into 50 is 25. And the biggest square number that goes into 200 is 100. That's where those came from. And the rest of that is hopefully pretty simple. Anyway, so using these simplifications up here now. So I've got 2 lots of root 20. We know root 20 is this. So I've got 2 lots of this. So 2 lots of 2 root 5 is 4 root 5. I've got root 50, which we know is 5 root 2. I've got root 200, which I know is 10 root 2. Now, collecting up these like terms, I've got 6 root 5 here. And I've got 15 root 2 there. And we're finished.